was this when you started to record recurring themes?
I started to record recurring themes probably, I want to say 2007, maybe even 2006, late 2006. Really, I'm not good with dates. But, yeah, the first track was probably recorded in about November of 2007. And still just kind of sat around for a while, messing around with my music. Didn't really record, didn't really write. Moved to Portland, fell in love with Portland. They have a great music scene. Everyone here is very supportive of what you do, no matter what you do. I knew that Tracy and the Plastics was kind of around here, and that was kind of, for some reason, an inspiration to me. I moved here, and then I really started recording. I think it was, I want to say the winter of 2008. It might say it on the back of the record there, I don't really know. But that's when I recorded recurring themes. I just popped all those songs out. Some of them were old that I had been kind of sitting on, and some I had rearranged from stuff I had written a while ago. A lot of the songs I had written while I was working at the Y in St. Louis, just folding towels, being bored, writing songs in my head. I'd write them on napkins and then stick them in my pocket, and then I'd find them later and turn them into songs. And then me and my girlfriend were kind of breaking up. I wasn't really doing anything with my music. I was just recording. I wanted an outlet, wanted to do something. I was very bored still, very reclusive still, antisocial, didn't go out, didn't do anything, wanted to. But I had this record, and I had these songs, and I had, this fire inside me. And I figured I'd start getting shows, why not? It'd be something to do. And, so I got, some internet access, finally buckled down, and moved up to the 20th century, and got a computer and a cell phone and everything. And, got on the internet, got on MySpace, and, put my music on there. Started writing local venues, going to local venues, saying, hey, I'm a new band, and it's just me. I play a drum machine and a guitar, and I sing. High energy rock and roll. But even though it's just me, I put all my 100% into it.
Were the venues receptive to this approach?
What's that?
Were the venues receptive to the idea of a one-man high-energy rock and roll concert?
I would say no. Yeah, at first I was getting very discouraged. I had just moved here. I didn't know anybody, and a lot of venues, they ask you, what's your draw? How many people can you bring to a show? Are you going to be able to sell tickets? Blah, blah, blah. And I basically told them, hey, I don't know anybody. Whoever shows up, they're going to show up. And that's really out of my hands.
That was not what they wanted to hear, was it?
Yeah, that's the last thing they wanted to hear, And I was just telling them the truth, I don't know anybody. I just moved here. I'm just trying to get my music out there. And so, a couple places started saying, well, we got, new music showcases this day. You can play this day, blah, blah, blah.
Where was your first Portland show?
Do what?
Where exactly was your first Portland show, and when was that?
Just getting to that. I wrote the Tonic Lounge, and they wrote me back saying that his friend, Mosquito Bandito, was playing a show at Dunes, and it's really easy to get shows there. So I wrote Dunes asking Dunes if I could play, and Mosquito Bandito I could play. I think this was, the exact date was probably the end of January, somewhere around February 1st.
Excellent. Well, David Wheeler will have to come right back to your interview in just a moment.